Welcome back to the Connor Hughes MMA channel, and today we've got a special one. For the first time in channel's history, we have an outdoor video. Now the reason I'm doing this is because I might scream during this, and it's 10:38 at night, and I'm not trying to wake up my parents or my brothers. So yeah, let's get into this card. You guys will realize why I'm gonna be pretty screaming pretty soon. First fight on the card, we have Cody Gibson versus Abdul Hussein. Now, Abdul Hussein, fighting out of Finland, he might be the top Finnish prospect that we've had in a long time. The only problem I see with him in this fight is he will be the much shorter guy, giving up around 5 inches. That's what the thing says. I might be blocking it. I'm not sure. Yeah, let me go ahead and fuck it. I'll just explain it. 5'10" to 5'5" in favor of Cody Gibson. But Cody Gibson's also taking this on short notice. I think it's just too late for Cody Gibson. Career record 22-12. He really hasn't had any good wins or even good losses in a long time. A lot of his fights have been pretty quick and pretty devastating. Whereas for Abdul Hussein, 15-2 coming out of this Finnish regional scene, which is a pretty decent regional scene. He's got some decent wins. I believe he has a win over a guy that beat Cody Gibson while in the UFC. I'm forgetting the guy's name, but if I check Cody Gibson, I'm sure I'll be able to find it. Okay, this won't load. But anyway, I'm like pretty sure that happened. Anyway, for this fight, I believe Abdul Hussein is. Oh my god, just full screen, please. Oh my god, I'm gonna freak out. Okay, thank you. I believe Abdul Hussein is gonna get this fight done. I believe he's gonna get the win, and I believe he's going to get a knockout finish in late round 2, early round 3. I just think he's going to be too much for Cody Gibson to deal with. And as well, I just think the crowd is going to be behind Abdul Hussein a lot more than they're going to be behind Cody Gibson. And I believe that will not that 100% plays a role in the fight, but I believe it'll have maybe a slight effect on the mental of each fighter. Sorry, I think I just got bit by a mosquito. But yeah, I see Abdul Hussein winning this fight by knockout in, I'm going to say early or late round 2, after hitting Cody Gibson with a nice combo that ends with a body shot. Next fight on the card, Nuke Ankalaev, who is undefeated, versus Mike Davis. Now, this is a super interesting fight. I'm not super high on Nuke Ankalaev as a prospect, and I know how good Mike Davis is, especially Mike Davis's grappling ability. I think in this fight, Mike Davis is going to be able to get his shots off that he wants to land, and I think Nuke Ankalaev is going to have a tough time getting the takedowns that he wants. Because I believe Mike Davis is the more athletic guy. I believe he's also maybe stronger. So his ability to scramble will definitely impact how this fight goes. And for Nuke Ankalaev, I think if he's trying to go for finishes nonstop, Mike Davis is going to be able to scramble out and get back to the feet or get in dominant positions in the grappling. Nuke Ankalaev's path to winning this fight is by boring blob decision, but I just don't think he can do that to Mike Davis. I'm going to pick Mike Davis to win by late round 3 TKO with like a minute and a half left. I think it's just going to be too much for Nurmagomedov. I think Mike Davis is actually a really good fighter, and I don't think that he's going to have his grappling is going to be able to stifle Mike Davis's in a way that Makhachev's was able to befall JDM's. So my pick in this fight, Mike Davis by third round knockout. Next fight on the card, Magomed Ankalaev versus Brenson Ribeiro. I don't understand why Magomed Ankalaev is such a big favorite. Maybe I'm missing something, but Brenson Ribeiro is not really good, but he's like decent. He's got some decent and like pretty good wins. I just it's getting to the point with Brenson Ribeiro where each time he goes out there, you're more and more like, okay, yeah, this guy's done. And you just while he's fighting, you're thinking of guys like, oh, dude, this guy would beat him. You're thinking of prospects that you should throw, to Brenson Ribeiro so they can get like a highlight reel knockout or something similar. While I don't believe I don't believe Tuchelov should be a minus 850 favorite. I think that's fucking ridiculous. I do believe he's going to win this fight, and I believe he's going to get a pretty early submission. I believe a bad scramble from Brenson Ribeiro is going to leave him up into a Darce choke. And so I believe a round one Darce choke submission from Magomed Tuchelov is in the store for us. Oops, sorry, I just covered the screen because I got a touchscreen computer. Next fight on the card, Ismael Bonfim versus Axel Sola. Now, originally for this fight, I was going to pick Axel Sola. I think he has more skill, and I think he has a size advantage over Ismael Bonfim. But I believe that I saw his weight cut today. I guess this is one of the benefits of waiting to do my predictions. Sola looked incredibly drained and lifeless while on the scale. And for someone who misses weight, not consistently, but has missed weight multiple times in the past, Ismael Bonfim looked really full on the scale. He didn't look too diluted, whereas Axel Sola looked like he was having problems. So this makes it difficult because while I still think Axel Sola is the better fighter and the overall bigger guy, I believe with the weight cut, I believe this fight is going to go deeper, and I believe if Ismael Bonfim is able to get his grappling off, I believe it's going to be a tough night for Axel Sola. And a couple of years ago, I might be wrong, but I do believe that Ismael Bonfim was considered the better prospect of the Bonfim brothers. Obviously, now his brother Gabriel Bonfim, I think, is top 7 in the welterweight division, coming off a win against Bilal Muhammad. But for this fight, I'm going to go with Ismael Bonfim by decision. I think this is going to be. I think it's going to be a bit of a scrap, and I think as it keeps going, I think Bonfim is going to find takedowns and be able to get drain Axel Sola more than Sola's going to be able to drain Bonfim. Ew, fuck off, Sam. Next fight on the card, Santiago Ponzinibbio versus Sam Patterson. Sam Patterson's actually really good. I know his last fight was insanely boring, but that's because he's fighting Michael Venom Page. If this fight were to happen like Sam Patterson is who he is now, and Ponzinibbio, this was him 8 years ago, I would actually struggle to pick who I think is going to win, because Ponzinibbio used to be such a problem. I can't trust his chin anymore. He's a lot older. He's going to have much shorter reach here. And I think Sam Patterson's going to be able to evade something and find a 1-2 counter. I think he's going to get this fight over quick. I think we're looking at a Sam Patterson round 1 knockout. I don't think it's going to be like a devastating, like, Ponzinibbio's out, but I believe it's going to be a knockdown with some follow-up ground and pound, and the referee jumps in to stop the fight. I think this is going to be before the 3-minute mark. I think that Sam Patterson is just going to have a speed advantage and reach advantage, which is just going to cause Ponzinibbio big problems. Next fight on the card, Dustin Jacoby versus Magomed Saidov. Dustin Jacoby is a really decent light heavyweight. I mean, not really prospect, but fighter. And I just don't. I don't believe that Magomed Saidov has fought the regional level of talent that gives me a reason to say, oh well, he beat this guy, so I think he's gonna beat this person in the UFC. And I think this is a really tough first guy to draw in Dustin Jacoby. While he is like a bit older, he still has a great chin. He's coming off a really good win, and I believe he's on a few fight win streak, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, what fight win streak is he on? All right, well, it's at least 3. I think it might be 4. He's beat decent guys too. Vitor Petrino, pretty decent fighter. And whereas Magomed Saidov hasn't fought anyone where I'm like, wow, that's a good win. It kind of seems like a stat pad at 9-0. And even if he's able to get past Dustin Jacoby, I see him struggling in his fights coming up. I just believe like while the light heavyweight division, is not as stacked as other divisions, it's still not a division that's going to be easy to move up in for a bunch of reasons. There's just a ton of veterans in that division that fight. Oh, geez, something just flew into my eye. That are always going to give tough fights. Especially for looking at light heavyweights and some of these guys that lost early in the career at light heavyweight and then went on to like move up to like maybe even like win a championship. I think of an Ankalaev. He lost to Paul Craig. And that's a loss that has aged terribly for Ankalaev and has aged perfectly for Paul Craig. And as well as fucking Paul Craig versus Jamal Hill. Light heavyweight has these guys who have been around for a long time that don't want to lose their spot. And so they're willing to bite down to the mouthpiece and grit down and throw harder in rounds 4 and 5, just so they can extend their not only UFC career, but in Dustin Jacoby's case, extend his win streak. And that's why I'm going to be picking Dustin Jacoby in this fight. As much as I want to pick him to win by knockout, I believe this is going to be a super tough back and forth fight. I guess they're in Abu. I wanted to say Dustin Jacoby split decision, but in Abu Dhabi, if it's a split decision, it's probably gonna go to Saidov. But I'm still going with my boy Jacoby. Dustin Jacoby by decision. I didn't realize he was that porky. Sorry, I covered my screen again. Next fight on the card, Walter Walker, bro. Fuck you, Thomas Peterson. Walter Walker is going to be the much bigger guy in this fight. That's actually going to be in athletic shape. I don't know. When Walter Walker first came into the UFC, coming off the regional scene. He did have a huge drop off in physique from regional scene to UFC, and it now seems like he's sort of getting that shape and build back. And he's on a, I think, 5-fight heel hook streak, which has been super impressive. They used to call Jailton Almeida the Fat Man Strangler. I don't. This guy, he might be we might just call him diabetes the way he's taking fat dudes' ankles or taking fat dudes' feet. I think that's actually a really good joke. But yeah, a 5-inch height difference. I believe that Walter Walker is going to give big problems to Thomas Pedersen, and I believe he's going to continue the heel hook streak. I'm going to take Walter Walker by first round heel hook. I'm going to be throwing this on my parlay, 100%. Walter Walker by submission. I think it's like plus 165 last time I checked. But I just don't think Thomas Peterson, being 11-4, I don't think he has the it factor or even like the grappling ability to compete with Walter Walker. If this fight gets to the ground. And Walter Walker's you've seen him be able to attack the heel hook from a ton of places, whether that be having your back standing or on the ground or taking it from like a weird angle. He can find it, and these guys having the bigger, thicker legs, it is harder for them to pull their legs out because they have there's more surface area to cause friction to grip. And I just believe this is going to be another first round submission for Walter Walker. Now we get to the main card. Oh my God. Fucking don't look at me like that, bro. Oh my God. I'm going to get Abubakar Vigaev versus Sagid Izagakmaev. Now this is actually a super interesting fight, and I actually really appreciate that they put this in Abu Dhabi. No, I don't give a fuck about this fight. I don't know why I said that. What a fucking, this has got to be up there, like, for the most, Yakmaev might have the record for, like, the largest Scrabble point last name in UFC history. I mean, that's insane. Yeah, I mean, both of these guys, just insane names. But anyway, what was Abubakar making his debut. Sagid is Gakmaev coming off a loss. There's just something about the way Sagid is Gakmaev fights that it does truly seem like he needs a perfect matchup. I'm not saying like he needs to fight like a bum. I mean he needs to fight someone whose style doesn't completely counter his and like fuck him over. And I believe in this fight against Vigaev, he's got a chance to do that 100%. I believe he has a really good chance to do that. But I believe Vigaev might also just be able to be better on the feet, and just be able to land more damage on Izgakmaev. Izgakmaev, like, I'm not even like saying this to like be funny, but because of how far like apart his eyes are, I can only imagine how bad the cuts above his eyes can get. And also, I believe in his last fight he had his nose broken, and so I believe there might be a little bit of hesitancy to throw from him. So that's why I believe this fight is going to go to a decision. I don't believe either of these guys really present a finishing ability towards the other. And the only reason I say that is because they're both super good at the grappling, to where I don't think either of them will submit the other. And whereas with the in the striking, as decent as they are, I believe that they don't have enough power to finish the other. So I'm going to be going Abubakar Vigaev by decision. blah, buff, blah, buff, blah, buff, blah, buff. I mean, here we have an old-fashioned blah buff. Rizvan Kuniev versus Tyrell Fortune. Tyrell Fortune coming off a win against Marcin Tybura. And Rizvan Kuniev is coming off of a win against... Oh my god, I forgot he fought Jailton Almeida. Rizvan Kuniev is like a true hero for getting Jailton Almeida out of the UFC. Although he's boring as shit too. It's actually insane to me that these guys are ranked top 10 in heavyweight. Because they're both pretty shit, to be honest. Kuniev obviously popped for steroids in the past. And honestly, I think he's on him again. So fuck it. Rizvan Kuniev by blob decision. Anyway. This is my teammate, John Pork. John Pork finally making his UFC debut. Before we get into this, I just want to make a prediction. I don't think he'll ever fight in the USA because if he does, there's 100% a warrant out for his arrest. What the fuck was that? For the Dylan Dennis situation. But in this fight, I think we're going to see a Muay Thai masterclass from Zainikov, John Pork. Damian Rizbecki, while he is a decent prospect, don't get me wrong, I absolutely can see him winning this fight. Although Zainikov is a elite Muay Thai striker, I do seem to worry about his grappling in instances where I think about the idea of because he's coming from Muay Thai that his grappling might not be the best, and then I'm like, oh wait, he's Dagestani, so like by default he can wrestle. So I'm gonna be taking him in this fight. I'm gonna be taking him by like flashy knockout in the second round. I believe it's gonna be a head kick that drops Rizbecki, and as he gets up, I see a flying knee coming in. Next fight, we got the biggest mogger in the UFC, Islam Dulatov, versus fucking Wellington Terminal. The name Wellington just seems British as fuck to me. I think Islam Dulatov is going to show absolute levels in this fight. I believe he's the better fighter by a lot here. And I believe he's going to show that by getting a first-round knockout over Wellington Turman. I believe it's going to be with a right hand, a right hand over the top, followed by some ground and pound. But the ground and pound is going to put... camera shaking. But I believe Wellington Turman is going to be put out by the ground and pound shots. Co-main event of the evening. I think this is the third guy on the card that's popped for steroids. We have Steve Asag, or Bedtime MMA, versus Ramazan Temirov. And in this fight, as much as I'm a fan of Steve Asag, I just don't think his grappling is going to be good enough here. If this fight were to be 5 rounds, I would have much more confidence in Steve Asag. But because it's not, I believe that for at least 2 of the rounds, Ramazan Temirov will be able to hold down Steve Asag and basically grind his way to a grappling decision. I believe it's going to be really tough to watch. Not for like damage reason. I believe it's just going to be boring. And I hope that Ramzan Tamarov gets booed out of the building for being a steroid cheat, but we all know that won't happen. And now for the main event. Now it's super unfortunate that Khalil Roundtree pulled out. because that would have been a crazy fight. But also Jan Blachowicz pulled out of his fight versus Guskov. So all in all, it kind of works out. I believe that Ankalaev is going to dominate this fight for all 5 rounds. I don't think he's going to get a finish. I believe Guskov has shown that his chin is really good. And I don't believe Ankalaev has the power to knock Bogdan Guskov out. The way I see this fight going, I see Ankalaev trying to establish like his jab and body kicks early. But I believe that's going to leave him open to some overhands from Guskov. I believe at one point Guskov will rock him on the feet and try and rush to get a finish, because Guskov does have power in his hands. He showed that when he knocked down Jan Blachowicz. However, I do believe there is a takedown threat posed by Ankalaev that can give Guskov problems. And I believe maybe 1 or 2 rounds of this fight will be just boring, held him against the fence. Dog shit fighting. That just seems to happen with a lot of these type of guys in their fights. But anyway, I believe that this is going to be a really good fight. When it does have these big exchanges, because both of these guys can hurt each other. I gotta set my alarm clock. Gotta get up nice and early for this fight. Probably gonna skip the first fight, because I mean that one just seems it's pretty clear to me. And then for the what's it called? And then for my like parlay, if I had to do another underdog parlay, I would do Mike Davis, Ishmael Bonfim, Walter Walker by submission, and that's it. If you made it all the way to the end, please like and subscribe. I will see you guys in the reaction video tomorrow. Have a good one.